All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Bakar, Kodash, the bonds to the apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. Now, as you see in the titles, it says New Liberal Female Movement Glorifies Poisoning the Men Who Voted for Donald Trump and all this other stuff, right? So, of course, you're going to have a bunch of women probably follow behind it. There's already other talks about women not trying to sleep with other men and all this other stuff, and not trying to let the men have all the last laugh. So I was like, so because Trump is a man, so all men gotta pretty much be targeted. Because they're saying Donald Trump supporters, but who can you tell is a supporter of who? You have people that don't vote. So in the long run, they're just gonna more likely run around probably poisoning other men or anybody they can come across, if they even have the galls to do it. But I wouldn't be surprised because everybody's so upset, pissed off behind all sorts of stuff. Kamala wins the majority of the votes, but Trump still gets in office because electoral votes. But everybody's so pissed off, and the women just blames the men. I always found it hilarious because no matter who you get in office, this place is still gonna fall. But hey, whether it be by Trump, Kamala, or somebody else that brings this place down faster, hey, we ain't complaining. But these people are. Everybody's pissed off and angry because they put their hopes inside this place, whether they want Trump to make this place better or whether they want Kamala to make this place better. And it's funny because Kamala even admitted she don't care about black people. She said, why should I prioritize these people over the people I want to move up more? But they won't look at that. They don't care about that. They just like, oh, we get a black female president. It's just a female president in general. So what was all this? What was all that energy when Hillary was was supposed to get in office? What was that same energy? Because to show you how phony these people are. So this is Psalms 82:5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." And as you see in it, you're seeing it left and right. You see how these other countries gearing up and all this other stuff. And now you have this nonsense. These people ain't even worried about what's going on outside. They only care about the stupidity of here. And to show you how stupid these people are, these women think Aqua Tofana is an actual woman when it is not. If for the people that didn't actually get to read the full thing in that video, it's pretty much explained it. But I can go even further for the most part. So Aqua Tofana is actually a strong poison created in Sicily around 1630 that was repeatedly widely used in Palermo, Naples, Perugia, Rome, Italy, and has been associated with Giulia Tofana. Now, Giulia Tofana wasn't even the one who made this. That's the fun part. It was actually two other women before her that were actually executed. So, and it says here, the first recorded mention of Aqua Tofana is from 1632 to 33, when it was used by two women, Francesca Larsarda and Teofania di Adamano, di Amo, and you see the name to Teofania. So you got Tofana, which is basically based off of her name. To poison their victims, it may have been invented by and named after Teofana. She was executed for her crimes, which I'm going to show in the other section I read on. And then after the execution, several other women pretty much took this idea and went over to Rome and started selling these poisons. Mind you, these poisons was basically undetectable until they actually started getting they actually started showing symptoms and signs on the victims, and boom, they got caught. Now, the whole thing with Teofania was her whole thing was basically poisoning um, husbands and what poisoning their husbands by because they was abusive, beating on them, and all this other stuff. Right? Sounds like a quote unquote noble thing. Because technically, even through the scriptures, you're not supposed to beat on your woman. You're supposed to love your woman as you love yourself. But then they started getting out of hand with it. And so they were just selling these poisons left and right. Well, at least as far as Gulia Tofana basically did. So I'm going to go into this part. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to get to the main point. It says, this is basically Gulia Tofana. This basically goes in after the Taliafania actually dies. And it says she is a legendary serial killer you may not have heard of. And of course, no one really hears about this, so they're just now bringing it up. Gulia Tofana, and this goes to show you that a lot of this stuff is set up anyways. Gulia Tofana, a woman famed for undetectable poisons, right? More than 600 men. She basically killed 600 men throughout her life, throughout Italy. And of course, this is still brought over to Rome to do the same thing, right? Now, I'm just going to go straight to the other parts. Let's see. Give me 1 second. That's why I scrolled past a lot of this. But it says, in the days when divorce was the privilege of wealthy men alone, women had few choices. Girls were the chattels, which I'm pretty sure it means cattle, of their fathers, brothers, and confessors, which was nothing new, because all women are technically property when you go into it. But of course, there's always a way about how you handle property, because even property has value, right? So it says they had little power to choose their own lives and marriage and all this other stuff. Big deal. Well, it says, actually, I'm going to jump down. It says there was only one way to rid yourself of a bad husband, as divorce was impossible. For women, anyway, in the shadowy back streets of Eternal City, the circle of poisoners was at work in an apothecary, a place for women to bring their heartbreaks and troubles and herbs for childbirth, Tourette, reading to all their fortunes. Now, I'm going to jump down some more. Actually, I think I skipped past this part. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to get to these two passages right here, and I'm going to go back to what I was doing. It says, when the news first reached his ears that men were dying like flies even in the city ravaged by plague, he set Inquisitor Stefano Braccacci, I believe that's how you say his name, on their trail. Braccacci unleashed a network of spies and informers who stalked the women like prey, reaching into their alleyways and brothels, the taverns and churches, to find those rumored to be dispensing this tasteless, odorless liquid. It says no man felt safe who could know if their broth or wine contained drops of this deadly elixir, who knew if his wife or mistress, his daughter or sister, had crept through Rome's cobbled streets, winding alleyways, to find the women who offered the promise of freedom. So, and this is what you see today, that these women trying to bring back that whole notion that of us being afraid of them. At this point, it's not even going to work, especially with how you got medicine today. No one's really worried about these women. Even in the comic books I read in there, it's just like, you're just doing us a favor. That just means we don't have to deal with all your stupidity. We get more rest. We get more energy to do other things, and put our energy into other things, and so on and so forth. There was also other videos, even going back way before this, was showing the difference between how men survive and how women survive. and the men was having fun. The women was the ones that was complaining and having a fit. So that tells you something. But enough of that. I'm gonna get this last scripture real quick because I just wanted to go into that a little bit. It says this is 2 Peter 2:12. It says, "But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not." I wanted to go into that because we would expose stuff like this. We expose every other thing, and primarily how your votes. It's like how your votes never mattered, but now that you ignored us and you having a fit about this, where everybody's suddenly the problem. After we done told you people, yes, you people, not just women, but the men too. They now talking about other, as you people like to call the black people, quote unquote, that your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, anything that you thought that was the show that this society cares for you is the biggest lie. And even I got a taste of learning that as growing through the truth and growing through this world at a younger age up to now, it really hits. Even though as now I already know, but it really shows and hits when you're in this truth. You see it quicker. These people will take forever, if not at all, to see it at all. That this place doesn't care for them. That's why these people are so upset. So they speak evil upon us, even though we're telling these things that your life is a lie, is the biggest lie. What you eat is a lie. What you have to work for is a lie. The fact that you believe you have rights and laws is a lie. Even though we can work into our beneficiary, but it's only temporary. You apply it to it is only applied to what the state needs it to be or wants it to be. It says, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, "And shall utterly perish in their own corruption," and that's a lot. That's 2/3 of these people, because the ones that are getting in and actually waking up, those are the ones that has a chance of actually getting that redemption. But for these people, they don't have no chance. The Lord kept them asleep for this particular reason. That's why they're going nuts out here. That's why for the past 4 years, there's been nothing but riots. People getting pissed off, all sorts of diseases going around. And then women just keeps breaking further and further. Right? So these people bathe in their own corruption. They will die in their corruption. They followed America. They followed the Esau, their loving oppressor. And this is the outcome. And this just ain't about presidents. This is about the idolatry of this place. When they look at that money that they get from the dollar, or whether in that bank account, is the idolatry that they fell in love with, because they see that money, they want more of it, they want that lavish lifestyle. And some wants that lavish lifestyle that they used to have, and it's no longer there. They can't get it. They pissed off and all this other stuff. Now it's just about this guy is. I'm sorry. Now it's just about choosing the lesser of two evils. Well, if they're both evil, what does it matter if one's less evil than the other? They're both evil. They're going to both do wicked things. So what do you expect from a wicked person, or of either side you choose? Which means to show you that these people don't know how to think. So I'm going to continue reading. It says, "And shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they counted pleasure to riot in the daytime." Now, even with that riot, you don't necessarily have to riot physically, actually just going around destroying stuff. Because you can. Just like even as you saw in this clip, they can go around rioting with poisons. But they're rioting with the mentality of their angriness of this place not succeeding. That's technically a riot. That's why they're talking about these movements and banding together and all this other stuff. That is a riot. Even the fact that they're alone making videos about this and all this other stuff, that is a riot. Because it is not of righteousness. That's why it says they shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, which it could be their bitterness, them getting sick, and ultimately their death throughout however means it goes. Because it could be before the missiles, it could be all sorts of stuff. And it says, spots they are blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. And you get some people that will agree with us and all this other stuff, but the fact that they're still caught up in this mindset of this place getting better, or trying to find some hope for the black community and all this other stuff, they're just blemishes. That is a ruined flesh mark. That's all that is at that point. You're just a ruined flesh mark. You're disposable. You're no good. Like a rotten apple. So they could try to talk all the sweet things just to try to make it seem like they just want to do good for the community or good for America. The good for America is just pure destruction. We're doing the good of America. We're prophesying the downfall of this place, because now just need to be put down like a rabid dog. Because this place ain't lasting long, and these Edomites know it. Some of the Edomites actually accepting and go on about their lives. All these other people, they just gonna fall away on the wayside with this place, and rightfully so. But that's all I wanted to go into with that. So, Lord, when this is a little edifying with that, Shalom.